is what it is at this point. All right, so that's the plan. Good. Good as it's going to get. Oop, shit. There we go. There we go. We're back. Evening, morning, or whenever it is that you're watching this. Welcome once again to Curious Unapologetic Men or Man, depending on what day it is. And today is just me once again. It's not trying to get the camera situated. It's a little different here. Evening, everybody. Got some smart news today. Got of course, we got to do smart news. Got quite a few articles there, and then I got a couple topics that I want to talk about. I guess just let's get right on fucking into it. Why not? Cheers. Cheers. Bringing up smart news. Got to find the where's it at? There we go. No. I cannot figure this app out sometimes. Trying to bring up the previously read articles because I've already got some articles. Here I am, fucking. Oh, come on now. There it is. No. Here we go. Finally. All right. First story we got here is monkey barring, the new dating tactic leaving women dangling between partners. Sounds terrible, right? Let's see. Dating trends seem to get more confusing every year, and one behavior is gaining attention online is monkey barring. The term describes someone who keeps one romantic connection active while reaching for another. So this dating tactic is leaving women dangling between partners. It's leaving them, but they're choosing to do it. And it doesn't sound like a terrible thing. I mean, wish that we could all monkey bar. Be nice. All right. Some of us just don't have that person right there and waiting that they can get with within a month or two of your several year relationship going down the drain. Not all of us has got a friend there just locked up right there. Not all of us has got somebody who's just fucking cuckoo crazy about you, but you just can't commit to them yet. So monkey barring sounds terrible. Absolutely awful. I would never want a monkey bar. Fucking, this sounds awful the way that they first label it. This dating tactic is leaving women dangling. They're leaving them dangling? How dare they? Oh, wait a minute. They're choosing to dangle. Okay, and they're dangling on their dingles. They're dingle dangling. They're dick dangling. One dick to another dick. Oh, sounds insane. The rise of dating apps has dramatically changed how people approach relationships and commitment. Yes. Can we get some congressional seats, some Senate hearings, some fucking executive orders outlawing that shit? It's awful for society. Terrible. So can we get something to like get rid of that? Please? Be nice. That's just me, that's just part, maybe that's just the conservative side of me just thinks that people should probably meet face to face. Crazy idea, right? But then you don't get scammed. And if you meet them face to face, there's way less likely that they're going to murder you. I mean, you don't, like, your mom told you not to talk to strangers for a reason. There was a legitimate cause for that. And now we're just swiping right and left on strangers all day, messaging them, leaving all these photo crumbs for them to be able to find you. Just seems crazy. Insane. You got scammers galore on that bitch, that shit too. Scammers, I couldn't deal with it. Nope. Monkey barring often starts subtly with someone keeping a backup option available. Start subtly. So they choose to do it in a secret way. They don't want their current boyfriend to understand that's what's happening. And they don't want the oncoming guy to understand that that's also what's happening. Because, if they let the new guy know that they do this, well, then the new guy will be on the lookout for it in the future. So they got to make sure that the new guy doesn't know that they're the next dingle dangle. That's what I'm going to call it from now on. Fuck monkey bar. It's dingle dangle. Dick dangling. It's a dick dangling, not monkey barn, okay? So they gotta keep the new dick from knowing what they're doing to the old dick, because eventually the new dick will be the old dick. And they don't want the new dick to know, because if they don't get their hands on the next dick to dangle from, then game over. No more monkey barn. You're falling down on the ground and having to walk on your own goddamn 2 feet. Who knew? So starts subtly with someone keeping a backup option available in case their current relationship stops feeling exciting or secure. Again, this is something that I see, and it's fucking weird. I'm sorry. It's honestly, I would say that it's immoral. But morals are pretty much just your preface. Your what's what you prefer. It's your preference, not prefer. But yeah, it's your preference. So, I mean, some people just say it's moral, and I don't know. Some people also just, I'm not going to get into that because that's a topic that's going to. Some people do terrible, awful things to their unborn as well. And I think that that's fine. So while monkey barring can involve any gender, many women report feeling blindsided after learning their partner was emotionally prepared for a new relationship before ending the old one. Huh. Now, do we really think that it's mostly men doing the monkey barn? I'm pretty sure that's not the case. I don't have stats to back this up, but I'm sure there are stats to back this up that it's not a man thing to go from one woman to another woman. Maybe like in extremely casual dating, sure. But like relationship wise, like if you're actually in a relationship, I don't think it's that common for. I mean, I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Guys are total dicks. They definitely are assholes. For sure, there are guys who do this. I just don't think it's that easy. And maybe that's just me, you know, being the fat piece of shit that I am. But I'm just saying, I don't think it's that terribly easy for most men, for 80% of men, to try to do some monkey barring. But 60 to 70% of women, at least, could easily monkey bar. Easily monkey bar. And also, again, it's dick dangling. It's not fucking vagina roping or fucking swinging, vagina swinging. Yeah, it's not fucking titty swinging. We're not swinging to another pair of titties. I just don't. So this whole article is monkey barring can leave women questioning their instincts, self worth, and ability to trust future partners. Now, again, I want to. This is completely analogous. All right, this is completely analogy ridden, so it's probably wrong. But in my own personal experience, it is not the guy that's swinging from one relationship to another. It is not the guy that's so easily to be able to get into another relationship. It's typically the guy has fucking like shit that he's got to think about and work on after the breakup. So he doesn't have the luxury of just swinging to another one. That's again analogous. That's just me, my analogy, my life experience, and what I have seen. Okay, I just it's pretty common for women to end a relationship and then easily find somebody else, or to have already had somebody in the backup position ready to go that they've already had their eyes on. Okay, so again, this is just analogous. I could be wrong completely, but I don't think so. I don't think I'm wrong. I think I'm right. I would love for someone to prove me wrong, but more than likely, that's not going to be possible. Cheers. Unlike a clean breakup, this tactic often involves emotional overlap, secrecy, and mixed signals that create confusion and anxiety. Listen, again, analogous, completely analogy. After my first real relationship, I went to the goddamn mental hospital because I was so hurt over the ending of the relationship. What ended the relationship? Well, she wanted to go and date another guy. She said she just wanted to hang out with him at the movies and to go eat with him. And I said, I'll hang out with you too. And she said, no, it's just going to be me and him. And I said, the fuck I'm going to be here then? I ain't gonna stick around. I ain't getting cucked like that. And she said, all right, bye. Monkey barred. Second relationship. She had previously stated that the guy that she ended up getting with after me was attractive and looked a lot like me. He was my best friend at the time, and well, I didn't think nothing about it because, well, why would I? I, I, I'm naive. I'm optimistic, optimistically naive. Sure, but I'm not naive. I now, well, then I was. Sure, absolutely. I was that naive back then. I didn't think nothing about it. Within a year, she was getting married to the guy. A year and a half. It's pretty close monkey barn. I took 2 years just to get into a relationship after that. Okay? And now, and after the split up, we were still seeing each other and messing around for like 6 months, at least. So within a year, for sure, within a year, she's married another guy. Monkey barn. Meanwhile, it took me 2 years to to heal and to better myself enough to where I felt like I was ready for another relationship. Again, analogous, maybe not the rule for society. I'm just telling you, okay? No, that relationship, same fucking shit. Chick left me and went to move in with another guy. Again, monkey barred. Apparently, she also was cheating on me with the guy. So I've been told. I don't know. I never thought she was. Again, still naive. Still naive. I'm not so naive now. I understand that I'll probably get played, but I'm optimistic. I'm hopeful. I'm not going to fucking sit here and fucking be like, oh, it's never going to be good. It's never going to be good. No, there are good women out there. Absolutely. You gotta help them become good women, just like they have to help you become a great man. You can be a good man without a woman. You cannot be a great man without a woman. I do not believe it. You can do amazing things, but unless you've got something to push you, okay, maybe not necessarily a woman, but you've got to have something that drives you, some love of your life, some person, okay? And usually it's usually a woman. Okay, it's usually a woman that makes me great. Okay, a woman can be great on her own, but she will be even far better with a man. That I don't believe that we are meant to just be single at all whatsoever. Nobody is happy being single. I don't give a fuck what you say. You might be for that moment that you're speaking, but there are so many times that you're like, God damn it, I wish I had somebody. Okay, this, you know, and then okay, so monkey barred for the third time. All right, the next one I got with, she monkey barred to me. She monkey barred to me. Okay, and then when that relationship ended, within months, after a decade, within months, she was with another guy. Seems pretty monkey bar-ish to me. Seems pretty dick dangly. Now again, this is just analogous. Maybe I'm just fucking worthless. It is possible. It is possible. I don't think that's the truth, though. I have many people who love me and think that I'm awesome. My kids adore me. Okay? I'm a fantastic father. All right? I don't think that I'm worthless. So, now am I a high value man? Absolutely fucking not. I'm fucking doing this. I'm in high. No. 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 I am a valuable man, though. Well, I wouldn't say I'm high value. You got like 10% of the fucking American population of men. 10% of the men, not 10% of the American population, 10% of the straight men, not the gay. I don't know what the population of high value gay men would be. I don't know. That's not my bag, baby. But I do know, more than likely, you've got at the most 10% of the American population that is a high value man. Okay. And so, no, I'm not a high value man. I'm a valuable man. Sure, absolutely a valuable man. So I don't think that my story would be that radical. Like, I don't think that my past relationships are that wild of a version to go off of on Statwise. Like, I see that, and again, this is not just me. I've seen it with other people as well. Again, I was the new dick. Okay, I was the new dick that she went to dangle on. And that sounds terrible, and don't necessarily mean it in a negative connotation. It just is what it is. It's just a funny name. It's just a funny name. Again, I would hate to do monkey bar. I would hate it to go from woman to woman. Ugh, gross. Now, is it immoral? Yes, but it doesn't mean that it wouldn't be fun, wouldn't be nice. So it's like, I'd hate to do heroin. People who are doing it are fucking having a blast, though. I would, hate to be the creator of a genocide, but there's a certain class of people who enjoy it. So, like, I wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't think that it would be a good thing. Would it be fun or nice to know that I could? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably. I'm just being real with you. Just being fucking real. So this is the fucking only thing I can do, right? My phone's gonna die. Hold on a second. I gotta find a charger. Ah! I'll be right back. No. Let's not do that. Oh, turn it the wrong way again. All right, I'll be right back. Son of a bitch. See, I'm back. Let's plug this bitch in. Get this thing charging. All right, because we're only in the fucking story 1 of the Smartnews app. Already off on a goddamn tangent. That's why I'm doing this. That's the reason I do this. I'm so good at tangents and going off on spiels that go fucking nowhere whatsoever, but cover so much ground. It's like running around in a track. Like I do a fucking 1,600 meters when somebody else will do a 100-meter dash. But I go round and round and round that bitch. Still in the same goddamn place as the other person, though. So, it's just truth, though, and I love it. That's why I love doing this. I enjoy this so much. Let's do it. All right, so therapists say this pattern, I'm talking about dick dangling, monkey barring, titty swinging, whatever you want to call it. Therapists say this pattern can trigger feelings similar to emotional betrayal because the relationship slowly erodes before officially ending. Yeah, I'm just going to say it. Most men whose relationship end like that, they don't have a fucking clue. They don't have a fucking... Again, this is analogous. So, maybe I'm just fucking retarded. Could be I am just fucking retarded and don't understand. Like, I've definitely got a little bit of the tiz. I got a little bit of the tism. All right. I definitely got struck by it. Like, not quite grazed. I got a good dose of it, but I don't have full tism. I mean, it's again probably a reason why I'm able to run the 1,600 meters in the same time that it takes somebody, or I can run a 1,600 meter while somebody can only do the 100 meter dash of fucking spewing out doing this. Conversation wise, I can go for fucking days. It could also be that I spent like 20 years, 25 years, 30 years not really talking too much because I thought that I was too socially awkward to be taking place in public discourse. Turns out I am just the right amount of fucking awesome. But anyways, so again, maybe it was just me. Maybe I'm just retarded. But I never seen none of the relationships ending. Hit me out of fucking nowhere. Again, could be the tiz. Could definitely be the tiz. Why is it not charging? My phone's gonna die. Holy shit. I'll be right back again. There we go. I might have saved it. Who the fuck knows? All right, done with the monkey bard. Done with that. Let's move on. Let's see here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Here we go. Speaking of dating and things that I think are just fucking wrong. We got Chelsea Handler here. Casual lover Chelsea Handler admits she doesn't like to be tethered to one person. Evidence! I admit Exhibit A to the court. Dick dangling. So she went to the Howie Mandel Does Stuff podcast and started playing matchmaker on social media. I want to see the stats. Can we get the stats of her success rate, please? Please. I need the stats of her success rate. Please. Somebody find it. Do the research. Do your own goddamn research. I need to know what her fucking stats are on success rate there. She says, I wouldn't say I'm in a relationship. I would say I'm dabbling in different areas of my life. I don't like to be tethered to one person. On the casual level, so I find my men in casual. So despite not being serious, the former late night house has showed a few big. I don't give a fuck about that. Isn't looking for a long lasting romance herself, knows plenty of people who are. She says it's very hard in today's world to meet straight guys that have their shit together. Something's wrong. I don't know what's wrong. Well, let me give you episode 12. Episode 12 of The Curious Unapologetic Men. It will give you a little insight into why people think that straight men don't have their shit together. And why, in fact, straight men probably don't have their shit together. It's probably true. More than likely, straight men probably don't have their shit together. Gay men have their shit together because it's packed. Sorry, that was easy. But straight men probably don't have their shit together compared to most straight women. 57% employment rate of women. All right. College. They're beating us, guys. Nothing new there, which I don't know what it matters about the college, but they're beating us. They got all the debt. They got it all. Well, they got the majority of it for sure. Okay, so definitely. I mean, straight men probably don't have their shit together. Not compared to straight women, even. Let's not even do that. Compared to straight men, I don't know, 50 years ago, absolutely we don't have our shit together. It's much more difficult to have your shit together when, remember the graph from episode 12. Episode 12, women were here in the workplace, monetary education. Men were up here. So it was easier to look like we had our shit together. We probably didn't. Let's get it. Never in society history has straight men actually had their shit together. Never. Not, I mean, think about it, okay? We used to be, okay, early America were slavers. They don't sound like they have their shit together. Now, it was only like 1% of America that was actually slavers. The rest of us were were in squalor, living in absolute squalor, literal squalor, because our floors weren't, nice. We tracked in dirt constantly from toiling in the fields and shit, and going hunting for food and trying to keep the Indians from killing us and our wives and children. Okay. Straight men never have had their shit together. Before that, we were fucking in medieval fucking Europe, where we were literal slaves to the lords. Like, there were serfs, vassals, and lords. The serfs worked the land, paid most of everything, their product, to the vassals for the protection that if the nearest castle comes to attack you, you go into their castle that you pay taxes to, and you're saved. Hopefully. Okay? Doesn't sound like straight men have their shit together then. Like, we were literal, like, unpaid slaves. Basically. Okay? Like, I'm just saying. And before that, like, in way back in history, we were killing animals and running from jaguars and lions and hyenas and shit. Okay? How the fuck is the majority? Yes, the vast majority of straight men don't have their shit together. In fact, the vast majority of everyone doesn't have their shit together. That's true. It's very true. But it's much harder now to even appear like we have our shit together. She's initially trying to say straight men meet straight men But I think with dating apps and social media, there's so much abundance and so many choices that nobody really feels like they have to lock it in. Executive order, please. Executive order. Trump. Somebody. RFK. It's not good for our mental health. Somebody in the fucking government. I don't give a fuck if it's AOC. Fucking Newsom. Somebody. Pass it. Dating apps. Kill them. Get rid of them. They can swipe through 50 women a day, so they're not making the effort that people used to make to date. Oh, also, okay, men, probably not making the effort that they used to have to make. Absolutely. Now, women, let's go women. Are you staying abstinent? Because that used to be a priority in order for you to be able to marry, in order for you to be able to date. They like, are you still doing your duty? It used to be that you had to be able to, like, I don't know, cook to be dateable, marriage material. And if you didn't, you were taught. Are y'all doing what you're supposed to be doing? Are you making the same effort? Huh? Just curious. So no, men not making the same effort. Women also not making the same effort. Society fucking sucks. Get your shit together. Oh, that's right. Society's never had their shit together. There's always problems and always shifts, always changes. So, like, just get rid of it. Handler said she knows numerous incredible women who complain to her that there's no men out there. Men are feeling attacked. They can't deal with women's success or women's independence. They don't like that. Not every guy is okay with that. It's emasculating. May I give you the graph? As the women rose, it's harder to find people to look up to. What do you know? And also, here's another graph. Over here is the women's purity. Their moral we held them to moral higher standards. They were the moral sex. Men were down here because we've always been fucking fucked up as men. Okay? And as women become more like men, we didn't go up. Oh, no. Women just went down in moral standings. Women are now looked at, like, there's very few that men can look up at to as moral, higher moral standards than us. Okay, because you all wanted to be like men so badly, which is wild. Look, I love being a man, but if I was a woman, I wouldn't want to be a man. No, thank you. Fuck that shit. I do not want to sign my life away to the military if they just choose to go and, I don't know, bomb a country and go to war with China or Russia. No, thank you. I do not want to do that. Not that I could anyways, because I tried to join the military. They wouldn't take me because I'm mental, apparently. Which is why I'm here doing this. Oh! All right. So it's like a shift. We're going through a cultural shift, it feels like. Yeah. Women earning more money, harder for them to find guys to look up to. Women becoming more like men morally, it's harder for men to find women to look up to. Yeah, that's a cultural shift. What? I wonder what could have possibly caused all this. I wonder if there was like some sort of movement that like made women feel like they needed to be men. There was like some sort of movement that said that men were the bad guys and that women should be treated more like men. If only there was a thing that we could point to say, I don't know what that thing would be, though. I bet it starts with an F, though. So here we go. We got Mayor Karen Bass calls for drug users to receive tax funded teeth. Well, of course. Well, of course. If it was your choice to go and do the meth, of course it is our duty to for sure pay for their teeth. Like, of course. I mean, why stop there? If somebody needs a liver transplant because they were drinking too much, I think the taxpayer should pay for it. I think that if a person sets their own house on fire, we should cover it. It's just what we should do for society. It's our duty, okay, to take care of the people who are downtrodden and retarded, okay? It's I mean, listen, if a man has to go to a prostitute to have sex, I think the government should fund it. I'm just saying. I think if a man wants to go and, you know, have sex, but he can't do it with a normal woman, and he has to go to somebody and pay them money to do it, well, it's the government's job, of course. It's the taxpayer's job, of course, to pay for the prostitute. I mean, otherwise, he might do something terrible. If he doesn't, he might grape somebody. He might SA somebody. We don't want that. So, of course, the taxpayer should pay for it. We're ridiculous, right? Yes. Karen Bass. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? Part of a 2-day Bass went to bat over her plans to fight the growing epidemic using taxpayer dollars. During the conference, the mayor proclaimed that dental care, new teeth, was vital in getting the homeless population off the street. I mean, she's not exactly wrong. It is hard to get a job when you look like a drug addict, a toothless drug addict. It is very difficult. I'm sure that, falling asleep mid-interview and dozing off like a fentanyl zombie is definitely, like, very hard to get a job. Hey, just hire them, Karen. Just go ahead and you have to hire them. You set the example first. Make all your aides homeless drug addicts who are missing their teeth. That's what I want. I want you, Karen Bass, to only hire drug addict homeless people with their teeth missing to represent you, okay? To write your speeches and to do all your funding and your paperwork. If you do it first, we will follow you. I can't say it with a straight face. Well, fuck you. We're not doing it. You do it, bitch. You can't succeed without teeth. There needs to be a comprehensive health care provided to people for drug addicts who are missing their teeth. I think we should just, before we do this, I want to advocate for all the fat people to get Ozempic first. Let's do that first. Zip them up. Because, it's hard to succeed when you're fat. Okay? Let's do that first. We'll take care of the fatties. And then we'll take care of the the toothless. Okay, fatties first, then the toothless. I'm fine with both of them if you are, Karen. But first, you first. I want you to hire just meth addicts who are missing their teeth for all your campaign aids. You first. Oh, fucking ridiculous. Fucking ridiculous. Uh, yeah, that's it for the smart news. We'll fucking. We're almost at an hour here. So we'll pass over to the main stories that I want to cover. First story I want to talk about is Christopher Nolan remaking the Odyssey. Now I am thrilled that this is being remade. Um, Troy was awesome. I did not give a fuck about historical inaccuracies or anything about that at all because it would just was looked awesome. It was very well done. It was a man's movie for sure, a man's movie. I mean, it had What a Woman Wants Too had basically a half naked Brad Pitt, but it was an amazing movie. Great movie. I enjoyed it. So I was very happy that, they had done the Iliad in modern times and now they're going to do the Odyssey, just Homer's two epics. I read them a couple times each growing up. I sought them out. I'm huge into Greek mythology and stuff like that. So I was so excited that they were going to redo the Odyssey in modern times. And part of me still is. Like, part of me still wants to see that epic come to life in the movies. I'll never pay for it. I will never pay for this movie. They have lost my patronage or whatever you want to call it. I will not rent the movie. I will just wait until it's free and then I'll watch it on YouTube or something like that. Like, I will not go out of my way to try and watch this movie anymore. I was so excited about it though. Christopher Nolan, great director. Great director. Well, awesome director. Good director. He's a good director. He could be great. There's just a few things that I've noticed in the trailers and that I've heard talked about as well. I mean, I am a YouTube head for sure. I listen to YouTube probably a good 12 hours a day at least. I've got it running the entire time I'm at work, listening to debates and podcasts and news segments and stuff like this. So it's one of the things that I've delved into quite a bit in the last couple days. And first off, Matt Damon doesn't seem like he would have been the right choice. I've heard that John Bernthal is actually in there as Agamemnon. I would have much preferred him to play Odysseus. I think he probably would have pulled it off better. Matt Damon's a great actor. John Bernthal is a great actor. They're both great actors, but Matt Damon doesn't have the grit and the roughness that John Bernthal would have brought to the character, I believe. And not that Odysseus' character himself is a rough character, but what he went through was rough and definitely would have showed. And I think that John Bernthal could have done that depiction of the terrors of what he had been through for the last, 7 years, 10 years, something like that. It's been a while since I've read it. It's been fucking almost 20 years. Okay. So I think he would have been able to portray the trauma of what he went through much better than Matt Damon. Not Matt Damon can't do it. I just think it would have been easier for John Bernthal to have been able to do it. So that's like one of the first things that I noticed that I was not really thrilled with. Tom Holland playing a teenager again. Man, he's old now. He's 29 years old. No more teenager roles, okay? No more young kid roles. Early 20s at the best. But he should definitely not be playing like the the young son of Odysseus. It doesn't it doesn't strike me very well. Tom Holland's an amazing actor, though. I love Tom Holland. Tom Holland's great. I just don't think that. I think it was weird that he got that role when it could have been like I don't I don't know who it could have been, but I just feel like it should have been somebody younger, a little bit younger. Uh, Anne Hathaway is just kind of. And it's not a bad choice. It's not a bad choice. I don't know. I just think that Anne Hathaway is kind of overplayed, much like Tom Holland as well. Um, and then Zendaya's in it as Athena, and I'm like, no, this is where it gets weird. Okay, it just gets weird. She's a Greek goddess. Uh, one of the most one of like one of the most beautiful. It's not even a person. So she's literally a goddess, and she's like a warrior goddess. And I just don't think that Zendaya portrays that. I'm not a big Zendaya fan. I don't think that she's that great. I don't think she's bad either. She's a decent actress. I just don't think she's that great. And to play Athena, no, nope, nope, nope. Definitely not Gal Gadot either. Oh God, I'm so glad they didn't put her as Athena. But I don't know. I don't know who I would have preferred to play Athena. I really don't. I just doesn't seem the right choice. Um, and I mean, it only gets worse. It only gets worse with the choices of casting. Um, Helen of Troy, the fair-haired, white-armed beauty that launched 1,000 ships, the face that launched 1,000 ships, is like a chick that I wouldn't look twice at in the supermarket. Like if I passed her walking down the supermarket, I would not look twice at her at all whatsoever. I don't see how they chose that actress. I'm sure she's a great actress. I have no recollection of actually knowing what other movies she's in. She might be a great actress, but your fair haired, white armed beauty of Troy, the Greek city, Greek city, Troy, not Kenya, not the Kenyan, not sub-Saharan African city. This is the Greek city of Troy, and she's one of the most beautiful women in the world. And it's somebody that I just would not look twice at a supermarket. I literally would pass her by and be like, she's kind of pretty, but I wouldn't do a double take. No, no, never would I do a double take. And I would bet 6 out of 10 men would not do a double take as well. At least 6 out of 10. Okay, she's not ugly. She's not ugly. She's fairly symmetrical. She's okay. Uh, but not the most beautiful woman in the world. No. And then the worst thing is if they're going to try to pull this off, and I almost bet that they might end up cutting the scenes with Elliot Page. From what I'm hearing, is she's supposed to play Achilles' ghost. 5'1". I could arm wrestle her entire body with one arm. Like I could literally probably pick her up and choke slam her one-handed. Okay, and she's playing the Greek legend, the Achilles that you see on the still image of this video. This dude can't even grow a fucking beard. How's he gonna play Achilles? Like, listen, Brad Pitt didn't have a beard either. He should have. Definitely should have. I agree there. Okay? But he's at least capable of growing one. This dude can't even grow a beard because he's not a dude. I don't know if you guys know this. Her big break was playing a teenage woman, a teenage girl that got pregnant by Michael Cera, of all people. This bitch fucked Michael Cera in her coming out movie, and she is playing Achilles? No! No! Just don't! So, like, go over the actual fucking source material. Enjoy the fucking source material. Like Henry Cavill, okay? Appreciate the source material, not a rewritten translation, not a modern translation like they did. They took some fucking feminist chick's modern translation, which a paragraph this large, okay, she made into this big. A paragraph this large, she made this big. Because she just like ripped out every fucking thing that mattered. All the rosy language of the original fucking poem of the Odyssey. She gutted it to make it more modern. Don't. How about don't? How about keep it the way it fucking is? Maybe a choice. Keep the original source material. Go with fucking Robert F. Fitzgerald's fucking original, or his translation at the very best. If not, to actually learn the Greek version and translate it your goddamn self. I heard they gave a year for Matt Damon to grow a beard. A year to grow the beard. You couldn't take a year to like actually look at the fucking source material, the actual story that actually has lasted for literally millennia. Literal millennia. A millennium plus. Okay? 1,000 years plus. 2,000 years plus. Fucking 3,000 years plus. It's lasted that long. Do you think that maybe there's a fucking reason? See, this gets me heated because I love Greek mythology. And just imagine that they fucking gutted Greek mythology like this for fucking DEI? Fucking social justice? The modern audience might not like it as the original. No, we fucking would! That's why it's been so fucking good for 3,000 plus fucking years. We enjoyed that shit. That's why it's still fucking famous. I mean, dear Jesus. I want to see a Huckleberry Finn. A Huckleberry Finn movie, okay? And I want Elliot Page to play whatever the fuck is Bob. I don't fucking actually know if that's his actual name. I'm pretty sure it was something else, Bob. But I want to see Elliot Page play that character, and I want to see Caitlyn Jenner play Huck Finn. There we go. Diversity. Caitlyn Jenner, Elliot Page playing fucking Huck Finn and Bob. Okay? I mean, might as well. Might as well. If we're just ruining fucking everything, we're ruining it all. Let's just ruin it all. Full out. Okay? I cannot wait. I cannot wait until Henry Cavill starts to produce and direct movies. It will be a goddamn godsend. Like, I'm looking forward so much to the Highlander series. Looks like he's going to be remaking or reportraying Connor McLeod, I believe that's his name, on Highlander. And I am so excited because if that man is involved in something like that, he is going to actually go with the source material. He's going to push the people who are making the film to actually contend with the source material and go with the source material, which is fucking awesome. We need more of this. We need more people who are in the films. If they're going to just remake bullshit that's already been remade, or they're going to remake games into movies or books into movies, we need people who are true fucking fans of the material to actually be a part of the production. But that's about my take. The dialogue seems actual shit too, by the way. Instead of, Tom Holland telling Robert Pattinson, the king of the land, my father, he will be back one day. He shall reclaim this land and kick all of you out. He says, my dad's coming home. My dad is coming home. And then instead of a fucking great epic speech, fucking getting the warrior pumped up, ready to fucking put their lives on the line and chop some motherfuckers' heads off, fucking dismember people, and then shit themselves as a spear goes through their gut. Instead of getting them pumped up to go to battle, all we get is Matt Damon going, let's go! Give me a goddamn speech. Come on, man. Like, fuck. Why do you think Braveheart did so fucking well? That speech has been repeated for decades. Let's go. Like, imagine in 10, 20 years, somebody goes, in the great words of Odysseus, played by Matt Damon, let's go. They're going to be like, are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Odysseus never actually said that. Not once. Let's go, and that's it. To charge into battle? Fucking give me a break. Can Matt Damon begging Calypso to let him go? Just help me go home. No. I have a wife. I have a child. I have a kingdom. I have all this responsibility on my hands. And if I don't get back, I don't know what will befall them. So I plead you. I plead and beg with you, Calypso. Please help me to get home. Much better dialogue. Just the little... That's just fucking me just spitballing. Just spitballing. Just insane. Like, it's a fucking shipwreck. It's a shipwreck. People are still going to see it because it is the Odyssey and it is Christopher Nolan. People will go and purposely try to watch it. But I promise you, the die-hard fans of the Homers, of fucking Homer, the Iliad, and the Odyssey, the die-hard fans, they're going to be like, no. Gross. And it's not for us. It's not for us. Absolutely, I agree. This Odyssey is not for us. I hope, though, within 5 to 10 years, somebody makes an Odyssey that is for us, and it will blow Christopher Nolan out of the fucking water. It will decimate Christopher Nolan's Odyssey. If somebody makes it based off the source material with people who actually fucking care about the actual film, the actual book, not the film, the actual book, of people who actually care about the story, Like, if that is made within the next 5 to 10 years, it will blow Christopher Nolan's Odyssey out of the fucking water. Completely out of the water. But, change the topic. First off, I gotta go take a piss. I'll be right back. I'm back. All right. Now, since we're already kind of on the topic a little bit of cheers. Woo! All right. Because we're already kind of on the topic of diversity, DEI, and the great benefit that it is to society. Let's talk. Let's discuss. Okay, I do in fact believe that diversity is a strength. Our greatest strength, no morals. A collected moral agreement amongst a population. It's probably way better strength. Um, Even if the morals are terrible, if it's a collective morals, I believe that population's probably stronger for it, and that will actually fight invaders. See Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, pretty much the entire Middle East as evidence that even if your morals aren't great, it makes you a stronger nation. You're able to defeat nations that are much higher powered. And I think part of that comes down to like collective bargaining or collective agreement on what the morals are. But diversity definitely is a strength. Like, I am part Native American. I believe the natives had good traits. They're much more of a much more of a socialist society. In the fact that like they cared for each other, even though they weren't able to take care of themselves. Older people were still taken care of. The mothers and children were still taken care of. Um, so very much like a socialist society in that area. And I think socialism is good in small communities. I think it's a great thing in small communities. I don't think it works with a nation or a huge population, though. I think it breaks down. And then African descent, amazing musical artist. They have a culture that's very closer knit. If you're inside their in group, I think they're very much more passion. They got a lot more passion, which is awesome. Which probably is what helps their music and their acting skills so well. And they're just overall community strength. Their community strength is so much tighter, because they have passion for one another. Computer's starting to go dead too. Yay. And then like Latinos have also good amount of passion that's well warranted, and their food is fucking fantastic. The spice, I could not live without spicy food. I could not imagine getting some sort of disorder that I couldn't eat spicy food. Um, so like that's also with the Southeast Asians in that type of Indian Southeast Asians. That's also, and then also they have a great, what's it called, insight into things. Asian people are technically great with studies and uh, logically putting things together. And then white people are better at organizing and moral ethics for some reason, it seems. This is just my own personal preference, personal opinion. So diversity is a strength. It is good to have all these different intermingles of collections of traits. It makes a nation great. America is great because it is a melting pot. So I do believe that diversity is a strength, 100%. Greatest strength, no. And it's like tempering your blade. Okay, as a blacksmith, you hammer, 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 heat it, heat it, heat it, hammer, 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 heat it, heat it, heat it, hammer, hammer, put it in water. Right now, if you do that too much, though, you get a weak blade. You get a brittle blade. Much like diversity, if you get to a huge, there's a tipping point. I don't know what the tipping point is. I think we've reached it as America. We've reached it. It seems like England has also reached it. Um, I do believe that there is a tipping point to where diversity no longer is a strength. It becomes a it's a strength still, but there's parts of it that are a hindrance. There's parts of it that are brittle. Okay, there's parts of it that don't make society better. And the best way that I could try to explain this is that if you have two or three cultures intermingling with each other, and each culture has their own moral preference, and one culture's moral preference impedes on another culture's moral preference, and then their moral preference impedes on the third culture's moral preference, and the third culture's moral preference impedes on the second or the first culture's moral preferences, you get into conflicts. You get into low trust societies. You get to the point to where you don't know what that person's thinking. You don't understand their culture. You just can't understand it without literally diving into it for potentially years in order to actually understand why they do what they do, why they think it's right to do what they do, and how can you accommodate their culture without abandoning your own culture's morals. Okay, nearly almost nobody has the time or the ability of normal people to do all that work. Okay, and so you get into this case where one culture feels uh, offended by another culture, and then another culture is offending another culture, and that culture is offending another culture, and then it's a cycle of you all are offending each other, but not because you're actually doing anything that you view as wrong in your culture. It's because their culture views what you're doing as wrong, and because of this, diversity becomes a weakness because you don't know what to expect. You don't understand their mindset. You don't know why they're doing it. It becomes almost like suspicious activity. Okay, what do I got wrote down here if I can find it real quick? Oh no, I ripped it. Let's see here. I got Diversity of culture equals a diversity of morals, and that equals suspicious activities, suspicious actions. Because you're trying to you think they're doing this thing for a reason, but you don't actually know why they're doing it. And so you're like, I don't know if I can. I can't plan on what this person is getting ready to do. I can't plan on how they might react to a situation. I can't plan or think, like, I can't come up with a scenario in which this person, or not necessarily that. It's in this scenario, I don't know what this person would do or will do because their culture is so different from mine that I just don't know what they think is acceptable and what kind of retaliation or actions that they think is acceptable to my actions that I think is completely acceptable, but they might find offense to it. And then you're getting your head chopped off because you're making fun of a prophet. Okay. Or you're someplace and you're making the same gestures and jokes that you would do in your part of the culture in your area, but they take offense to it, and now you're getting mobbed. Now you're getting beat. You show off amount of wealth, or uh, you show off your worth, and because that's what you normally do around your culture, and it's acceptable to do that, and nobody does anything wrong to you when you do that, but then you do it in another culture and you get robbed, and they think it's moral to rob you. They think it's morally right to rob you because you're showing off this excess wealth or worth. uh and then there's times where you act or say something that you think is perfectly fine, and then they're gawking at you like you're a madman because you just said something that is just like weird to them. It's just weird to them. They don't understand why you would have said that, or how you could say that with a straight face and think that you were like joking or something. Because they're in their culture, they're like, no, words have real meaning. And so you get to this point after so much diversity, after there's a point to where there's too much diversity, and you just don't understand or know what's going to happen in any given situation. And that becomes a liability. It becomes, a low trust society, because each culture has their own morals and their own views and their own, actions that they do. After this, if this action's done to me, and then I do this, and if this action's done to me, then I do that. Well, if each culture has their own little synapses of action and reaction that they're like, this is appropriate, and then you don't know what their culture's actions and reactions are. You're like, why am I being touched in India by all these men? I'm just a single pretty woman who's showing their face off, and I don't know why in the Middle East I'm getting touched or approached by all these men who think it's good that they want to make me their wife. I don't know what that's about. That's because when you're in your own culture, you're like, well, I'm a pretty attractive woman, but everybody knows that I'm my own pretty attractive woman. Now I'm in a culture that says, oh, if you're pretty and attractive and you're by yourself, then it means that you must want a husband. It must mean that you are trying to attract attention. And and so you get into this action where you're like, don't know what's going on here. I don't understand. That becomes a weakness. It becomes the brittle parts of the strength. Diversity is definitely a strength to up to a certain point, just like tempering a blade. Eventually, you can't temper it no more, or it's going to become brittle. It's going to break easy. There's parts of it's going to fall apart. Okay, so it's like aging fine wine. You age it too much or not the right way, it becomes spoiled. It becomes worthless. You have to age it the right way. You have to age it properly, and you can't age it too long. I'm assuming. I don't fucking know about wine, really. I'm just taking an analogy that I think is pretty close to the truth, though. Like, there are, you put it in a whiskey in a certain barrel, it tastes a little bit different than another whiskey. But if you put whiskey in a shit barrel, it's going to taste like shit. And it has nothing to do with the whiskey being bad. The whiskey, the diversity is good, but it just was managed poorly. It just wasn't done right. The wine, nothing wrong with the wine. The wine didn't do nothing that it's not supposed to do. The diversity did nothing that it's not supposed to do. But if you set that wine bottle up for 50 years, it's going to be worthless. If you stand it up for 50 years, it's going to be worthless. And so that's just my opinion. I think the diversity is definitely a strength. I grew up very much. I grew up with racist parents for sure, but I always appreciated the other cultures. I was a very big fan of let's see here, all most rap, most especially the '90s gangster rap was awesome. It was fucking phenomenal. Um, Early 2000s also phenomenal. Most of it was really good. Loved Michael Jackson, loved Michael Jordan, loved fucking Mike Tyson, uh, fucking Muhammad Ali, the GOAT, um, Denzel Washington, amazing. Will Smith, one of my favorites of all time, for sure. Uh, fucking, I was enthralled with Obama for the first 4 years. Like enthralled. I thought he was awesome, perfect. Like I thought he was so good. So glad that we had Obama for the first 4 years. Every president, the second 4 years is the same as every other president, though. It's just terrible. Just terrible. Every president who's had the second 4 years, just awful. They make so many mistakes and they do things that I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why? Anyways, but Antonio Bandera, amazing. John Louis Laguzma. I don't know if I can know what his name is. Funny. Love most of any movie that he's in is awesome. Gabriel Iglesias, hilarious. Carlos Mencia was fucking fantastic. I loved the Carlos Mencia show. I don't care if he stole jokes. He made that shit good. Listen, well, I do care that he stole jokes. It's not cool to steal jokes, but he did make that shit hilarious. He was very good at what he did. Pythagorean's Theorem, amazing work. Pyramids of Egypt, fucking awesome. I love that shit. Sexy Woman, awesome. Machu Picchu, awesome. Fucking Spirit Animals, awesome. Like I have always appreciated other cultures. Very much so. And to the point where honestly I think that I've always looked up to the Black community. Like their churches are fucking awesome. Their churches are so cool. So fucking cool. I wish white churches were like that. A lot of white court churches are so fucking boring. It's retarded. It's literally retarded. They're so boring. Black churches are amazing. Black communities, they fucking are great. Barbecues, get-togethers, amazing. Is there the part that you might get shot if you're affiliated with the wrong guy? Sure. We all have our problems. I might get serial murdered by a white guy. It's possible. And then butt fucked after I'm dead. It's possible. And then eaten. Possible. Okay? But he did like black guys more. But still. I just thought I did always think the Black community and Black culture was cool. It was way cooler than the white people and white culture. And yes, we do have a fucking culture. Fuck you for saying that we don't. Fuck you. English. Okay. Nordic, okay. Irish, okay. Like, we definitely have a culture. Fuck you saying that we don't. But I always thought that the black African American, to be particular African American, because I don't know much about African culture in itself, seems pretty cool though. I mean, if you say to an African culture person that a man became a woman, they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Was there a magic spell? What are you talking about?" No, no, no. It was through surgery. What? They're like, "No, that's still a man. Just they cut off their penis, but it's still a man." African culture seems pretty cool there. I mean, fucking go off in the woods and hunt a lion or die. Sounds reasonable to me. I'm just saying. So a diversity is a strength, but there's a point to where it becomes a weakness. I think I've beat this horse as much as I can without literally killing it, and I don't want to kill it yet because there may be other conversations that this needs to come up with. So we'll move on. We'll move on. About an hour and a half in. Probably won't get to all the topics because, quite honestly, the age gap dating is a very long conversation that I'm going to need much more time to actually have that conversation. So the age gap dating probably is going to have to wait. Much like the feminism part 2 of the last episode, I have a whole nother page or 2 pages of conversations on feminism, but I don't want to kick you guys and just stuff feminism down your throats as much as possible. Like, even though that is a huge, huge fucking, I hate it. But I don't want to like shove it down your guys' throats every time that I got the chance. On that cue, though, we do need to talk about how marriage has been destroyed. And you guys can decide what you think is the cause of marriage being destroyed. But y'all definitely know what I think has caused marriage being destroyed. 1970, 1975, the marriage rates for women were, let me get this right here, 91%. 91% of women before the age 30 were married. In 1975, 81% of men were married. Now, 50 years later, what do you guys think the marriage rate is? 50 years later. Only 50 years, okay? That's one generation at the tops, 3, but probably closer to 2. So 1 to 2 generations. What do you think the marriage rate from 91% female, 81% of males in 1975? What do you think the rates are when we get to 2025? I'll wait a second. Go ahead and pause it. Take a second. Comment. Tell me what you think the new rates are. Don't look it up. Just take a guess. If you had to guess, before the age of 30, what is the percentage of women that are now married before age 30? And what is the percentage of men who are married before the age of 30? Okay. 3, 2, 1. All right. I don't know how many of you got it right. Probably very few if you actually just guessed. The rate of women who are married by age 30, 25%. That is a 66% percentage down. 66% down. The age or the percentage of men, 16. 16. That's a 52%. 55. 55. 55. 55% change. Okay. Now, I want this to be noted. Okay. They're about 10% off, which is exactly what 1975 was. 10% off from man to woman. Okay. Probably means that some of the women under 30 are marrying men above 30. Okay. Seems about right. This will go to my age gap debate or refuting of the Me-Tarted arguments against age gap dating. But from 91 to 25 and from 81 to 16 or 17%. That is massive in 50 years. 2 generations. 2 generations. Now, inflation definitely plays a part. Absolutely plays a part. I give you that. But do you think that that's the only thing attributing to the low, very low marriage rates by the age of 30? Now, I don't know. Maybe there are some people out there who are okay with having kids outside of marriage. It's very possible. Like that may be a thing. I don't think the percentage is very high. I don't think the percentage is very high of somebody who's like, you know what? I want to have kids with you. Let's not get married, but let's just have kids. I don't think that's a very big portion of the population that actually wants to do that. Okay. So if only 25 at the most, 25%, let's give it another 20%. Let's give it another 20%. That's a crazy number of people who are willing to have kids outside of marriage. And just they want to have kids outside of marriage. That's a crazy percentage. Let's give it another 20%. That's 45% of females under the age 30 giving birth into a stable relationship, stable home. Do you think that's the case? Do you think that's the case? Now, I'm not saying all these marriages are stable either. I get it. 5, 10%. Probably not good. Probably not. Maybe even 20% of the 25%. It doesn't mean that only 5% are good. That means about 18% or something like that is good marriages. Something like that. Okay. I'm doing off the top of my head. It's been a long fucking stream. So forgive me if my math isn't right, but it's around 18% of the marriages are stable, and 20%, 15%. Let's say 50% of those, 15% of those are good, stable, actual houses. I doubt that though. That's a generous giving. Okay. That means that kids are not being born to women under 30 in stable households. This is going to have a huge detrimental factor on society. Of course, our prison systems are overused. Of course, they're overcrowded. Of course, there's too many people in prison. If you have this many of people who are born into unstable households, fatherless households, yeah, that is a huge indicator of people who do go to prison is a fatherless household. Absolutely. It's a problem. I don't know for sure what the fault is. Fault, little what do they call that? Foreshadowing. I don't know whose fault. What is the actual for sure fault? I would have to guess though that one thing that probably leads to This is no fault divorce. No fault divorce means I just don't get along with my significant other anymore. I don't align with them during this couple years. Um, I don't feel loved. Uh, I feel insecure. Um, it's just not exciting anymore. Well, that's no fault. No fault. Retarded. Retarded. There absolutely ought to be fault in order to get a divorce. Maybe it's crazy for me to say, but I think that you should be able to prove something is broken and cannot be fixed before you're able to get a divorce. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. I'm just saying that, if I sign a contract with an NFL football team and I'm like 3 years into the 6-year contract, I'm like, you know what, guys, you guys just aren't a good fit with me. And listen, it's not your guys' fault. It's not my fault either, though. We're just going to break amicably. I'm going to go to another team, or maybe I won't even take it. Maybe I'll take a year off and not even join another team. I'm pretty sure that that's not fucking allowed. You sign a contract and you're got to prove that one of you is at fault in order to get out of that contract. The NFL team cannot be like, you know what? I don't want to work with you anymore. So we're going to end your contract. We're not going to trade you to another team. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. It's nobody's fault. But we're definitely not going to pay you for this next 3 years that you're supposed to be contracted with us. And now you're going to have to go and try to, find another team on your own with your agent. You have to pay your agent. You're going to have to figure that out. It's not my problem. It's not your fault. It's not my fault. I'm pretty sure that's not fucking a thing. Pretty sure. And so I just think that that's a ridiculous ideal to be like, the lifelong commitment that you made to somebody. Yeah, if you just decide that you don't want to be with them anymore, you can just decide you don't want to be with them anymore. You don't have to prove why you don't want to be with them. They don't have to beat you. They don't have to abandon you. They don't have to cheat on you. It could just be, I just feel like you don't appreciate me enough. That's good enough. That's good enough. I feel like there's somebody else who might be better out there. Maybe, possibly, potentially. Yeah, that sounds like enough. Go ahead, break that contract. That's a good idea. That's a wonderful idea. No. How about not? What pushed no fault into divorces? You pick, you choose. You decide what you think caused no fault divorces to become a huge thing. It's not like before there was no reason to get divorced. There definitely was. There was definitely good causes to get divorced, and they were, heard out through the court system or through your religious covenant or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And you were allowed to get divorced for good reason. You weren't just allowed to just say, no, I'm going to end it. And then the person tried to be like, hey, let's try to fix shit. And then you're like, no. How about no? How about I'm not going to put in the work, even though we do have children together? Even though the kids will definitely be affected by this, how about we not try to make it work and not maybe potentially, make things better? How about we don't do that and we just say, it's not your fault and it's not my fault. It's nobody's fault. It's just, we grew apart. We grew apart. We grew together, then we grew apart. But there's no chance of us growing back together at all. No way. I mean, I never thought I would grow together with you in the first place. I never thought we would grow apart. But there's absolutely no chance in hell that I could ever grow back together with you. Ugh. Like, how about not? How about not? How about have an actual good cause for it? And if you can't prove the good cause, or you can't prove that the person is willing to work through the cause, how about no, you don't get a divorce. You have to actually try to, I don't know, work at something that you made a lifelong commitment for. Just a weird ideal. Weird thought that maybe, a marriage that specifically involves children, maybe that marriage is worth, actually working at and actually trying to better it. Maybe. Just crazy thought. Just a crazy thought. It's like, if you're an NFL player and you're working for an NFL team and you start to feel like they're just not taking you as serious as you feel like you should be taken serious, how about instead of you just quitting that team, you see if maybe there's something that you can do. Maybe you can talk to the team and figure out what you can do that can be better so that the team takes you as serious as you should be taken, as serious as you deserve to be taken. I don't know. And maybe the team starts to take you as serious as you think you should be taken, but you don't see it yet because you're still trapped in a couple years ago when they weren't taking you as serious. But now they're starting to take you serious, but you don't think they're taking you serious. And so you have to leave them because you just feel like they're not taking you serious, even though they were really taking you serious. And maybe you can't just like jump out of your contract. Maybe you actually have to work to see if in the next year or two you can't reconcile and fix it. Just a curious, strange, weird idea. I don't know. But we're at a minute 40. I'm giving you a spiel, tangent after tangent, thought after thought, fucking dialogue after dialogue. Well, rather monologue, because it's just fucking me talking. But I hope you guys have had fun. I hope you've learned something maybe. Maybe you've had your opinions challenged. Maybe your opinions have changed. Maybe you've had your opinions strengthened because you realize how much of a fucking retard I am. It's potential. It's all potential. It's all possible. Everything is possible in this world. It's crazy. Sorry. But just, I hope you've enjoyed it. As much as I have enjoyed talking to this camera in the middle of my room with a microphone and just speaking shit to absolutely fucking nobody. I hope you've enjoyed it, though. I'll see y'all later. Make sure you share, subscribe, like, send it all to all your friends. All 2 of them. Because I know you only have 2 friends. If you're sitting here watching this, you only have 2 friends. That's okay. That's okay. Me too. I probably have more than 2 friends, but I understand. Share, subscribe, like, come guzzle with us on this knowledge that we share. When my next episode will be, even the gods don't know. Even the gods do not know. The Fate Weavers are not sure. The Norns cannot see the next time that I will have an episode, but I will be back, motherfuckers. I will be back. I will talk more. I will complain more. I will rant and rave and monologue. I will be back one way or another. 50 episodes at least. 50 episodes. I got another 37 of these motherfuckers to do at least. Okay. So, appreciate y'all. Love you guys. Come guzzle with us. Be a cum guzzler. Curious Unapologetic Men. This is Josh signing out. Y'all have a good night. Oh, no. One more thing. I did have this little rappy poem thing here that I want to do. I want to get what do you call documented, should I say. All right, so here we go. This is a 2-page poem. I just want to do it real quick, and then I'll let you all go. All right. I write wicked rhymes for sick and twisted minds. I spit gifted lines to lift up these shitty times. I've got real skills. My tongue can really thrill. Her little death feels real. Then my fingers make her feel healed. I produce perfect poems of passion in a fast and free fashion. Attempt alliteration and action. You can see the syllables I'm smashing. I'm quick witted. When I commit, I stick with it. And I wrote it if I use my throat to spit it. If you don't get it, I won't use a ghost to fix it. I put my soul into my work, so I won't rap unless I read it. Only write about what I'm living, give back what I've been given. So if you get a rude prick, that's because that's where I've been driven. I feel like fate's fucked me and love has been forbidden. Try to drink my despair down before I drown in your vision. You got me star stricken, love bug bitten. Inside, there's no division. I'd give my all for this impossible mission. So you can call me Ethan Hunt. There's nothing more than I want. Throw myself off a building if you said you'd fall for that stunt. Hyper focused on my target. You can say I'm eye locked. Test me if you wish, and I'll back up all the shit I've talked. Call it crap communication. Yet it's facts I'm communicating. I write raps for ruminating, but that's a trap and entombment making. So I work hard to try and keep my eyes up. Aim for the stars and desire the fires of love. Never will I give up or rely on being given luck. Work on what I can until I know I can live up. To a man worthy of being called a man. To the warrior I know I am, willing to take a fatal stand. 10 toes in it, battered and bruised. There's a story of glory in it, despite being beaten and abused. Far from confused, I know what I'm choosing. The chance to win outweighs any fear of me losing. Yeah, I'm a white knight, just trying to write right. Trying to find what you might like while constantly fighting fright. There's no courage without fear, so my bravery is quite clear. Cause you make me nervous as fuck, yet I'm still right here. Saying things that you might fear, but perhaps it's something that you might like to hear. But I won't know unless I try, so it's worth a risk, so raise the flight gear. Time to take off, tempt turbulence, and fly in the face of fate. Chasing chances, butterflies, and romance. What's it called? Chasing chances and butterflies and romance. Fly in the face of fate. So no longer will I wait. What I want is what I'll state. Oh, there it is. Okay. Hold on a second. Saying things that you might fear, but perhaps you might like to hear. So I won't know unless I try. It's worth the risk, so raise the flight gear. Time to take off, tempt turbulence, and fly in the face of fate. Chasing chances, butterflies, and romance. Destiny is what we make. So no longer will I wait. What I want is what I'll state. Speak up and speak clearly, because silence is almost always a mistake. Lies of omission are too fake. To pretend indifference is two-faced. Maybe dumb as rocks, but biting my tongue has caused toothaches. So you read what you want into this. I'm just a poet speaking plain. I'm cuckoo, I'm crazy for you, but I'm not completely insane. I've got shit I'm working on and shit I'll never fix, but I'm top 5 of the sweetest guys to ever exist. I'm solid and real as fuck, and I'll always have your 6. Intelligent, funny, talented, best traits that I can list. Great boyfriend, better dad, put that into the mix. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I think you get the gist. That's it. I fucked up there towards the end, but you got it's documented, it's written, or it's recorded. Hope y'all have a great night. See y'all later.